This is Benjamin Ferrer for Nutrition Insight, and ahead of Vitafoods Europe, we're very excited to bring together two leading experts in fertility and supplements. We have Zita West, who's a renowned fertility expert, and Filip Van Hulle, who's the general manager at Kaneka Nutrients Europe. Both will be sharing their insights on the European fertility market and the science behind Kaneka Ubiquinol in supporting male and female fertility. And I'd like to kick it off with a question for Zita. Can you highlight some of the biggest misconceptions consumers have about fertility supplements?
I think it's very confusing for consumers about fertility supplements. There's so much information out there. And I think that a lot of consumers think that if you're eating a balanced diet, you don't need to take anything else. And there is no such thing as a balanced diet. You know, for many women, they're ruled by their moods, their foods, and their hormones. But, you know, the lifestyle that we live today, you know, stresses, lack of sleep, working hard, exercising too much, poor diet, gut issues, etc., deplete the body of vital nutrients that are needed to make hormones. So it's, you know, it's really important that certain supplements are taken and seen as a bridge rather than instead of one or the other.
And Zita, why is mitochondrial energy production, which is linked to ubiquinol, so crucial for conception and early embryonic development?
We're starting to really learn a lot more now about the mitochondria and its role in fertility. And when you think that the egg is the largest cell in the body, it's 550 times bigger than the sperm. And the mitochondria, the energy powerhouse of that cell, has 100,000 mitochondria in the cell. And the energy required, not just to be able to grow an egg, ovulate an egg, fertilize an egg and implant, is huge. And so it's becoming increasingly important for those women that are going through IVF, because you're not naturally just producing one egg, you're producing up to 12 to 16 eggs. And the energy required by the mitochondria for that is absolutely vast. And I think, you know, a lot of this is around education as well. For a lot of women, they don't realize that it's the maternal mitochondria DNA that is passed down from the mother only, not from the man. And so if you've got poor mitochondrial DNA, it means that your IVF outcome is not likely to be as good. You've got low egg reserve, etc. So we now know with ubiquinol and the research that's been done that if you can take this substance, it's going to really, really help with the energy within the cell.
So, Zita, what does the latest research tell us about the role of ubiquinol in supporting male and female reproductive health?
There needs to be more research. I mean, recent studies have shown that it can help with low ovarian reserve. That's where a woman doesn't have many eggs. It also shows us that for some women that are failing at IVF, it may be a reason that their mitochondrial DNA isn't good enough. And at the moment, you know, you can do blood tests for this, but it's not really done in fertility clinics. Fertility clinics will do tests on the eggs looking at PGT-A, which is taking a biopsy from the embryo just to see whether there's any genetic damage or not. But more studies need to definitely be done. But it's very encouraging what's been done so far. And it's just getting the message out there to doctors, to health professionals, that the ubiquinol is really, really needed as part of an IVF treatment.
And for Philip, how does Kaneka Nutrients Europe ensure the quality and efficacy of your ubiquinol product for fertility?
Yeah, so Kaneka Ubiquinol is actually a Japanese origin. So we are a Japanese origin manufacturer of this innovative ingredient. So what is very important for us is safety, sustainability, quality, unmatched purity, and of course, fully scientific backed. The product is fully scientific backed, but also guarantee of supply is important. How do we assure this in the market? We have actually a quality seal, a kind of stamp that Kaneka Ubiquinol products have on the market. So this is a way how we guarantee that, but also Kaneka has a team looking out for fake or falsified products, because it's very easy to take a copy of a seal and to put it on your product and then claiming it's Kaneka Ubiquinol. So it's very important for us, this quality part. And we look continuously on the market, being a global company, what is ongoing. And if we see, of course, something which is wrong, then we take immediately action, and this can be legal action. So we really try to make sure that all Kaneka Ubiquinol products are labeled as such.
And for Zita, with many couples that are delaying parenthood, what are some of the specific fertility challenges linked to age, and how can targeted supplementation help?
Well, as you age, as you grow older for a woman, she's born with all the eggs she's ever going to have. And so these decrease with age and they become more genetically abnormal. And so it's harder to get pregnant. There's more oxidative stress. And so to sort of like go through IVF is really difficult, because it may mean, if your egg reserves are low, that you don't get through a whole cycle. So it gets cancelled as you go along. So the important thing about supplements, especially for ubiquinol, what you're doing, you're offering that woman a chance of really optimizing her IVF cycle to see if it can make a difference. And a lot of education is now needed around this, because mitochondrial health is becoming increasingly important.
And this next one is for the two of you. What do you see as the next frontier for fertility-focused nutrition and supplementation?
Okay. Do you want to start, Filip, or do you want me to?
As you want.
Yeah. It's like I was saying earlier, is that, you know, I think that I've been through many campaigns for public health, and I think that ubiquinol and Kaneka are at the forefront of this new fertility science, which is about mitochondrial health and improving fertility for couples and eggs and sperm.
Yeah. From my side, I can actually fully confirm that. I think mitochondria is probably the keyword for the future. There's also a concept of these giant mitochondria these days, which is coming up in scientific matters. So the embryo, when it starts to duplicate, it actually creates very big mitochondria. These mitochondria may have a very big need for ubiquinol. So this is, I think, an important one. And the second important one for me is also that in terms of fertility, also male people will need to take more of their responsibility. So you have like prenatal female supplements, but you have almost no male prenatal supplements. So I think this is an area that will be coming up. And I think here also ubiquinol can play a very important role, because of its efficacy on sperm health.
Yeah. I mean, I would like, sorry, I would like to see ubiquinol to become as important as folic acid is in a supplement for all couples prenatally, during pregnancy, IVF, you know, postnatal.
Speaking directly to consumers, what is the message that you both would like to share with couples who are struggling with fertility and looking for nutrition solutions?
I think that there are certain nutritional supplements that are an absolute must when you're trying for a baby, and they are sort of folate, vitamin D, omega-3, and ubiquinol. All of these are, apart from folate, all of these are difficult to get from your diet. You need to take an awful lot of food in to be able to get the equivalent. And especially now what we know about mitochondrial health and IVF and how important it is to get a mature egg, I think it should be part of every IVF program.
If I can fully agree on that. I think what you say, Zita, is, according to me, fully correct. Maybe I can add a few other things. I would say listen to your body is, I think, important in terms of fertility. I would also say take your time. So don't rush. Food is important, but of course also good nutrients are very important, and do not only look to female, but look also to male people. And then I would say just try ubiquinol. It's a very safe substance, and it has to become much better known, and people in the fertility area have to get to know it much better and have to try to take it.
Zita and Filip, thank you very much for your insights.